On the surface, Fionna and Cake may seem like a cheap spin-off idea that only exists so Warner Brothers can keep milking Adventure Time for all it's worth.
I'm gonna suck you like the human parasite I am!
In actuality, it's one of the best shows I've watched all year. This is in spite of the fact of me not being into Adventure Time yet, as all I know about the show is via my friends and cultural osmosis. In spite of my lack of experience of the franchise, I managed to enjoy the show while understanding the themes and messages it wanted to tell, as both an epilogue to Simon's story and a brand new, more young adult take on the Adventure Time universe. However, I'm sure Adventure Time fans can analyze that better than I can, so today I want to talk about one of the more meta elements of the show, it being about Fionna and Cake's existence and creating art. You see, the Fionna and Cake characters were originally created by Natasha Aguileri, a storyboard revisionist and character designer on the Adventure Time team. The characters were initially fun what-if gender-swap drawings of the series' main protagonists, Finn and Jake, but she ended up sharing these drawings with the team and posted them online, where they became so popular with both demographics that they got to star in their own episodes of the show. These episodes referenced their origin by revealing in-universe that they were written by the Ice King. As for the Fionna and Cake spin-off series itself, it takes place after the series, where the Ice King has returned to regular old Simon. We see a fan of the Fionna and Cake stories come to praise Simon's work, which he doesn't take well as he was in a different mental state back then. Because of this, the present Simon finds these juvenile stories hard to look back on, something many artists can relate to regarding their earliest creative work, regardless if they were personal projects or publicly released. We all will inevitably cringe at the old ideas and projects we made, and for Simon, Fionna and Cake have become nothing more than a cringy memory he'd rather forget. When Simon tries to bring someone from his past back, he ends up instead bringing the real Fionna and Cake to his world. This makes Simon realizes that the two have taken on a life of their own, like how Adventure Time has long continued after its original creator, Pendleton Ward, has left the series. Even without the original creator, other creatives and fans have kept the series alive and running to this day, each bringing their own contributions and ideas to the table. Not only that, but many of these people have moved on to their own creations, like Rebecca Sugar's Steven Universe and the aforementioned Natasha Aguileri's own creation, Bee and Puppy Cat. Fionna and Cake have changed from what's expected of the Adventure Time universe since their last appearance, being in a more contemporary world as opposed to the high fantasy of the usual series, and are constantly fighting against the antagonists to justify their own existence. At first, Fionna wants to go back to the wacky fantasy world of the original series, but she eventually realizes that there's still value in the new status quo of adulthood in spite of how rough it can be. The more whimsical and childlike world of the original series is gone. Heck, maybe it never existed in the first place, as we see of the alternate universes that Fionna and Cake travel in, that there's still darkness in the high fantasy worlds, much like in the adult world. It's not all fun and games anywhere in the universe, so when Fionna accepts her world, faults and all, and Simon accepts that he'll never get his beloved back, Fionna's universe becomes quote-unquote canonized. Nothing will be perfect, nor art, nor the world, but there's still a lot of beauty to be found, whether it's in friendship, nature, memories, or whatever you enjoy in this life. And that's what Fionna and Cake told me through its commentary on creativity and imperfections. The series went above and beyond being a simple expansion to the original Adventure Time series and forged its own identity by getting meta about its creation and place in the wider world while still being a legitimate story with themes and messages to tell. And this is all I took from just being a casual Adventure Time fan. Imagine how a hardcore fan will feel about this show. So yeah, I like this show a lot, and I'm very excited to watch more Adventure Time.